Honestly, man, it could be important, about as important as going live right now.
Yeah, because we could go live. If the people want to see it on pool.pm, then it's important, right?
You're right.
It's like the customer
You
is
know,
right.
in talking about all of this is a good segue into the conversation on NFTs. What you're looking at here on the screen is the metadata for our trial run at the AGC Genesis coin, or our first attempts at the NFT and getting it going and utilizing our node for this.
What we wanted to see when we first started this coin was would it show up on pool.pm.
If you don't know what
And what we
pool.pm
found out,
is, yeah, sorry.
yeah, no, go ahead.
If you don't know what pool.pm is, it's a very cool way to look at items on the blockchain for Cardano. It's real time and it'll show you things like, for this case, NFTs. People minting their first tries at NFTs and getting their item out there, or really practicing on how to make these things themselves.
Yeah, so anyone can spin up a node and start making NFTs. You don't need to be a stake pool operator to do so. Because the difference from a block producing node and a relay node is a couple lines. That's it.
It's true, and some minor editing and topology files. But this is cool. But this segues into our perfect welcome to State of the Chain, State of the Pool episode 3, where today we get to talk about Cardano stake pools, and in this case, NFTs, the big buzzword in the cryptocurrency world. So when we're
People
looking at
going crazy for NFTs.
crazy,
Going crazy.
do you have a pool.pm? Can you bring that up?
I can spin it up.
Cool. Maybe this will give them an idea, get a nice visual representation of where NFTs are today. I'm sure a lot of people don't really know what an NFT is, or even what it's being used for right now. But this will give you an idea of NFTs moving back and forth within the blockchain. What you're looking at here, these are the first type of NFT on the Cardano blockchain. Again, this is all before smart contracts come into play.
And the cool thing is it kind of all started with Space Buds. That was the first big NFT on the Cardano network. After that, everyone came out with their own individual flavors. You have pixel art, you have Photoshop memes, you even have NFTs that move around,
And people are coming up with
like
some really cool ideas.
these ones right here.
So why is this important? I mean, really, what does it do? Right now, nothing. These are more collector's items than anything. It's more what it represents. So we're getting to the stage where smart contracts are coming in play. With smart contracts, we can now finally put real rules in the transaction world on the blockchain. And something like an NFT, some small piece of artwork like this now, being represented on the blockchain and ownership rights of use there means that can be pushed into multiple other industries. Think of something like the music industry, being able to really control your content and actually getting more money for your creation and being able to cut out the middleman altogether.
Did we uh did we lose the stream?
And we're still here. We're still with it.
Or still?
What's
Okay,
up,
yeah,
chat?
sorry, it just looked like it just looks like we cut out. No. So, without the smart contracts, people have formed their own marketplace, mainly on Discord. We do have a link to the NFT Marketplace for Cardano in our Discord. Sorry, in our YouTube description. So go there, visit it, check it out. Right now, people are trading within themselves and trusting the other party to send over the NFT that they want. In the future, it'll be all done with the smart contracts on the chain.
Mm-hmm. It'll be highly convenient. But what's really cool is we're able to see this on pool.pm, and what we were showing before in the beginning of our live cast, our podcast there, was the metadata and our attempts to get them to show up here on pool.pm. In order, all of these images that you're seeing here, they're all stored on a decentralized area interplanetary filing system. And the reason you're able to see them here and you're not having to go through a specialized program is because of how they're hosting this information. So once it's on the decentralized storage area, there has to be a way for someone to see it that's not there. And it seems that Blockfrost is the go-to for this. If you actually, Robert, can you click on any one of those images? If we dive down deeper into this, we can actually take a look at what the precursor to a real NFT is going to be. Not to say that these aren't NFTs. I mean, these exist on the blockchain, but they're not an NFT in the sense of where you see it on the Ethereum blockchain. It must be still loading then. So what we can see here is all of this is pulled from the metadata. You can see that this is meant to show you that it's a part of a series here. So they'll give you a link to their Twitter. They can show you rarity, and if it loads here, you can actually see the image that they're storing there that they say you own if you get this in this NFT. Going down even further, you had your cursor right there over that asset area. These are the assets designed where all the tokens themselves are going to store in there. It's actually pretty cool in the creation process. All of this, people have gotten together at this point now, and they're creating their own exchange for it. Again, link to that Discord exchange down below in the description. It's the precursor to a really big exchange for all of these NFTs. But now even these rudimentary ones that are being created can be sold or traded there. So there is kind of a value in that versus where they are now. Cool. This is some of the metadata. So you can see here, this is what's actually on the chain. So when I say NFT and I say someone gets to have it, I say it's on the blockchain. This portion proves that whatever item that you've purchased is actually yours, and it can be searched by anybody. So even just that top line there, you have a policy ID, and that policy ID directly reflects to its creation period on the blockchain itself. And putting in time to lives on your policy IDs will get you in an area where no one can make or destroy any of these tokens before or after you put in this time to live. Cool stuff.
So live forever on the blockchain, essentially. Because right now, there is nothing stopping people from just copying the image, maybe altering a pixel, uploading it, or even not uploading, just using the same IPSF link and creating a new token. The only way to verify if it's unique is through the policy ID.
Or in some cases to verify validity, if that's going to be what you're looking for, is going to be on the blockchain through the policy ID itself. Evolution of this is going to be great.
You can also search up. There it is.
So we keep talking about smart contracts. You know, NFTs are great. Smart contracts are coming. We're currently being written in a language called Plutus. There is a class going on right now for 1,000 developers for the Plutus language for people to get their hands really into how contract development's going to be in the Cardano world. We're really excited to see that happen. Once that happens, we're talking about real NFTs. You know, the Wild West. It's going to be cool.
dApps, DEXs, different type of applications, different type of contracts. They're going to be probably hitting the live net, the main net, around May. At the end of May. That's the timeline that we saw through Charles's AMAs.
Still getting used to the whole streaming thing. We'll get better at it. Eventually, it'll get more quality, more production. But for now, you know, NFTs, so hot, so hot. So let's talk more about the actual Cardano. We over here at AGC will give you a State of the Pool. This is State of the Pool episode 3. We've decided to try our hands at making NFTs so that we can get a good idea of how it's going. And In our process of doing all of this, we found that an easier way that people can go about creating their NFTs, or at least trying to get an idea of what it's like to work with multi assets inside of actual Cardano with knowing minimal Cardano CLI, is by utilizing CN tools. If you've set up your pool using a lot of these YouTube tutorials, then I'm sure you know what CN Tools is, as it's one of the more it's one of the easier methods of installing and getting a relay node and a production server going. But within CN tools, you're also able to work with multi-assets, and from there, you can create your own policies. You can mint your own coins. You can burn your coins. You can send them. You can even create metadata for all of this and get all of that working. And it's all done within CN tools. You don't need to really go into Cardano CLI. All you really need to do to get this going is to, one, make sure you have a full node set up, full mainnet node, full relay node. Don't need a block production for this. You need to get your advanced options actually going to do this. By default, you're not going to be able to do that. You'll be able to find information on how to do that on the web. Once you're that far, the world's your oyster. You can go ahead and play around with it, start making your own NFTs, and figuring out how you can start using the blockchain for you. Minting your own tokens. You can start doing that and sending it to your friends and stuff, and say, hey, we've got our own token on the Cardano blockchain.
There is a kind of a one drawback that I found with using the CN tools is that we've only found that we were only able to make one asset at a time in a
Mm,
policy versus those that build it raw. They can make multiple transactions or make multiple assets within that policy ID. So we've seen, if you look at pulled out PM, you see like 25, 50, 100 different tokens being minted at the same time.
yeah.
That is built raw.
And you're going to want to
What
do
we
that
did,
ultimately.
yeah, that's going to be the cheapest way to make your token, is one transaction
Yeah, yeah.
versus making like 100 different assets one by one and being charged a fee for each one to do so.
In the name of science, we had to figure out whether or not we could do it with CN tools, because let's be honest here, I built our servers on that. Speaking of building your servers on that, that actually does bring me to this point here. Something that I've been thinking about now that Cardano is becoming more popular. People are really starting to figure out, hey, I need cryptocurrency. People have even reached out to me. Hey, do you know anything about cryptocurrency? Sorry, Ryan. I'll get back to you. I promise. I didn't forget about you. People want to get in. People don't have the money to fork out for one Bitcoin, so they're looking at alternatives. You've got Ethereum and you've got Cardano. Cardano's a good starting point. You're talking about a low number right now, and a lot of people in that interest look at the other side and wanting to run their own stake pools and wanting to be a part of it. And with YouTube, it's really easy to go out there and figure out how to do it, but I have a good feeling that a lot of people really aren't going to go past the surface value of setup for these, and they're really just going to follow the direction almost verbatim and keep going that way and never make any personalized changes to it, never figure out what they're putting in. So you've got a lot of people probably running their nodes on cloud-hosted solutions, or a lot of the same cloud-hosted solution, using the same port numbers, probably not locking down essentials, and are really easy to be hacked, if we want to call it that. Everyone's already being
You're
targeted
just
that are using default ports, but don't do that.
you're asking to get broken into.
You really are. Like, it's great to be a part of this movement and be a part of the decentralization, but if you're really serious about this, or if you have a lot of ADA and you want to put that behind there to make your pledge look really good so you can start minting blocks, make sure that you secure yourself. It's really not a joke. You may not be hacked now, but eventually, you'll be a part of a large kind of fishnet hack where we go for the really small, everyone doing everything by defaults, which will be really easy, and then moving on to more sophisticated ways of doing it where it's more targeted. I just don't want to see any people fall to something like that because of something as simple as following a YouTube video and putting some of your ADA in there and losing it. Kind of like the tears I shed for those people that downloaded any kind of app that said they were a Daedalus or your wallet on Android or iPhone. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Back in February, those people lost millions of ADA. And that was when ADA was just like just barely broke a dollar.
Those poor people. Well, like I told you prior to that, don't do it. If you see anything, don't trust it. If you're gonna download anything on your mobile phone, make sure it's coming from IOHK. What happens the next few days? Oh, hey man, did you see what happened? Yeah, yeah, I knew. I mean, if I were malicious. Oh, if I were malicious.
Well, good thing you're not.
Yeah, yeah. Is it wrong though to really idolize those people that make the really good ransomware? Bitcoin's looking real good. Real good. I need a coin. You can donate. Their QR code down below. You can send ADA our way. We'll provide you with this great content, bring you up-to-date news as we see it. You can check out our website, ourheroescrypto.com. We try to keep some really pertinent Cardano information there. That way you don't have to sift through the internet to try to find what you're looking for. And then you have us.
Very full of life and energetic, like certain people who are also in the Cardano.
Literally all of them. All right, chat. It's time for the Ask Me Anything section. Go ahead and shoot. What do we got? Oh, yeah. Why, thank you, chat. I really appreciate it. One day. One day.
That
Really.
that's a good question. That's a good question. We'll get back to you on that one.
So, really exciting stuff in the Cardano futures right now. Keep your eye out for NFTs. You're seeing a lot of people creating some really cool things right now with scraps in a cave. That's basically the NFTs we have right now. Really, smart contracts are going to be a game changer.
And the amazing things that people are doing now without smart contracts, when smart contracts come out, it'll be just mind blowing. Mind blowing what's going to come out.
It will be mind blowing. Oh, speaking of mind blowing, let's talk about the dip. Now's the time.
Oh,
Buy in the dip.
oh Jesus.
Well, I say buy in the. Well, he hates me because I'm one of those people that want to see Cardano fall to like 25 cents. I'm all about it. The floor is the limit. Just a flash crash. That's all I ask, so I can come in and back the dump truck up.
Floor is the limit, but there's so much utility being built on the chain right now. It's very hard.
I know.
I don't see that happening.
I
I just
figure.
see a lot of people swarming in
So this
for a
is.
good price.
Well, I'm not really too worried. I know the crypto cycles; we see them, and with the way that Daddy Crypto, we call him Bitcoin, is doing, shooting above 50, hitting above 60. These numbers are just astronomical. They're absolutely insane, and far from anything I thought it was going to hit anywhere at this time, which tells me that these numbers could double, triple before the year's up. No one knows, but all this movement, it's real, it's happening, and all these other altcoins are going to follow suit. But what a lot of them don't have is real utility, real world utility, and I don't think anybody sees that yet because Cardano doesn't have smart contracts currently. I think once that goes live, it's really going to open up the avenue for crypto again, like huge
That's the
boom.
game changer right there. It's a game changer.
I'm really excited to work with smart contracts myself. I can't wait to dig in and really become an expert at those. One, so that I can create some for our stake pool. Obviously see if I can fabricate some of these to really help out other people. Argyros Crypto will help. We'll do what we can, or sell it to you. We don't know yet. Don't quote me on that.
What's the difference?
Exactly. Exactly.
We're providing to the community, and if we put it out there and it's useful, well, geez, someone might build upon it.
There might actually be questions, and I just have no idea because I'm not going to lie to you, chat. I'm not looking.
No, there's no questions right now.
Oh. Now I really know how it feels to be a Twitch streamer with no viewers. It's okay, though. It's okay. Totally fine. However,
Hey, our videos have viewers. They show up.
so in back to talking about ADA news, what do you think personally the price of ADA is going to be, let's say, come next week? Where do you see all of this going? Like, you and I both know the reason why this dip's happening in the crypto market is due to the federal government, one way or another. I personally know they're going to find a way to screw us over.
I have some strong opinions on what's going on in the federal government right now. All I got to say is contact your local representative, your state rep, your state senator, and try to get them educated on crypto. There are some states in the union that are more advanced than others, like Wyoming, Florida, to some extent Texas. And then you have some backward states like New York that just make it impossible to get any type of business up and running that revolves around crypto.
Backwards. That's a good way of saying it. I like it.
Yeah, and as for the price next week, I don't really concern myself with that. I mean, what I'm excited is the utility that's coming out,
Yeah, same.
and that's all that matters to me is the excitement, the people out there building the applications for us to use and to play around with.
Oh, what's that? Oh, oh, you care. Right. No, no, I get that. Right. Thousands of dollars. Uh-huh. Couldn't care less. Right, right. Okay. All right, yeah, so it turns out our silent partners, they do care about the price of ADA. Who knew? I didn't know. Apparently they're not about the dream. That's actually a good
Well, they're
point
gonna,
though. Price of ADA. That's something that when you're coming into the crypto world, one of the things that you get told in the Cardano is that your ADA, you can stake your ADA, you can stake your ADA, and it's almost unclear unless you do some research as to what you're doing there. But doing a little bit of research, you find that you can make your ADA make ADA for you. And I've seen a lot of talk, from people moving their staking and going back and forth, things like that. And that's awesome. Decentralizing. Move your ADA. Don't store it all in one area. Really try to spread that out. Find smaller pools. Put your ADA in there. Let them grow so that other people, other pools can actually mature, and we're not having the things like Binance just becoming these huge whales and taking over everything. Really do this, but also understand this: movement of your ADA to even at really, really extreme amounts isn't going to make you incredibly rich when you're in the Cardano ecosphere. Really, the whole point is investing in Cardano, getting your ADA. That itself will increase the value of whatever you bought it at, and then staking your ADA into someone's stake pool, either it be a form of trust or just something you want to do. You shouldn't feel so bad. If you're not making the kind of returns that you thought you would end up making. The real money comes from having the ADA itself. Keep holding, but stake. Move your stake. Stake a little here, stake there, but stake your ADA. Stake your ADA.
just get them off the exchanges.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
keep
that's
them there.
huge. Get them off the exchanges. Buy ADA, move it to your wallet. Put it to your wallet ASAP.
Get a your boy, get a Daedalus wallet,
Have
start
you
staking.
have you used Droid at all?
I've helped people set up your Roys.
Hmm. Yeah,
Me
it's
personally, I
funny
don't
is
have any.
I have a Yoroi wallet, and that's my own personal wallet, and I have a Daedalus wallet, and we'll call that like I'll call it a work wallet, and I only use it for business and never any pleasure. Like I don't know how I feel about the Daedalus wallet as a wallet for your everyday user currently. I think it's too bulky.
For the everyday user, I wouldn't suggest it. They are in talks with coming out with a light version of the Daedalus wallet that connects to a relay node, other than what it is now, which is a full node.
Okay.
So that's in the future. That's in the works, and you just be able to click a lever, press a button, pull something, and it turns into a light wallet.
It's all right. I can't wait for my RFID built-in treasure. Yeah, what is that thing? Trezor? My
Oh,
RFID Trezor.
okay. You can do that. I'm not putting any implants in myself.
Well, guys, it's AGC signing out.